our Rotary Club's organisation of this event. And I'd like to thank the Mount Thomas Shire Council, particularly one of our sponsors, Chris Riley of the Imperial Hotel. And also Eleanor Moncrief, who is following a family tradition begun by her grandfather and has donated a gold ingot worth $10,000 for first prize in this tagged fish competition. Now, so without any further ado, I'd like to call on Eleanor Moncrief.
Thank you, Tom. I'm very pleased to be associated with this competition again this year. Everything's ready to go. The tagged fish was released yesterday by the lucky winner of the launch lottery, Mr. Alan Hayes.
Under my supervision, so that'll be enough of that, thank you.
All competitors have their designated fishing areas, so there's nothing left for me to say except I declare this year's Rotary fishing competition open!
It's great to have your support again.
I wouldn't miss it for the world. Although I must say, I always feel I should break a bottle of champagne over something.
Just keep an eye on things, you two, will you?
Anyone in particular you'd like us to keep an eye on, boss?
Who do you think? Rotary have spent a lot of time and effort on this competition. I don't want Compo scamming it.
Good for the soul. That's what my papa always used to say about fishing.
Is that right?
Yeah. He also taught me the secret of baiting a good hook. Now, with baiting a good hook, it's
I know
all about
how to bait a hook, all right?
Yeah?
I have fished. With Dad.
Oh, look, I'm not talking about fishing off the end of the Frankston Pier with your old man. I'm talking about trout fishing. Now, the secret with trout fishing is the casting.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah, that type of thing.
Dad and I were out there almost every weekend. Trout, redfin, you name them.
Yeah, whereabouts?
Oh, Campaspe mainly. Sometimes for a treat we go camping along the Halkwa.
Oh, good for beginners, yeah. But if you're very serious, you'll go up the Tambo.
Oh, yeah? Bet I've caught a bigger fish than you have.
In your dreams, Parish.
I can see I'm going to have to teach you a lesson.
If anyone's learning a lesson around here, it'll be you.
I'll tell you what. If I can't catch a bigger fish than you can by the end of next weekend, I'll take you to dinner at the Copper Pot.
And if you happen to catch that fish, dinner's on me.
Deal.
I've got it! I've caught it! I've won! Yes! Get off me, you blowdrop! That's my fish! Give it to me! No way, sport!
Right. Break it up. Let him go. Let him go, Mr. Searle.
What's your name?
Bruce Searle. This mongrel stole my fish.
I did not. Now, on your bike, sport. See, Constable? There's the tag. I won the competition fair and square. Yeah, that appears to be the tagged fish. Told you. So when do I get my prize?
Never if I have anything to do with it. I've been ripped off. That's my fish.
How do you work that out?
He pinched it. I had it on my line and it got away when I tried to net it.
Well, if you didn't actually land it, then it's not really yours. I'm sorry, Mr. Searle.
Oh, come on, Sergeant. You don't think it's a little bit sus that this guy wins the lottery, gets to release a fish and then catches it a day later?
Yes, it's very odd, but not impossible.
He cheated. That fish was caught in my area. He crossed the line and caught it from me. That prize should be mine.
It should not. I caught it in my area. You're just a bad sport.
I'll give you bad
All
sport.
right,
Get him
I've
off
had
me.
enough of this. We're going to go to where the fish was caught and sort this out.
I think that's a very good idea. See, my area starts here, right? Which I reckon takes me to here, which means I'm in my territory.
And mine starts here, which means you're encroaching.
And this is where you caught the fish.
Get right here.
In my area.
And where were you, Mr. Searle?
Right here. Telling him to get the hell out of my territory.
Yeah, pushing and shoving he was. I've got a good mind to charge you with assault.
All right, all right. Just let me see your receipts, please, both of you. Strictly speaking, he's right. This is his territory.
Well, if he wasn't in my area, he was that close it wasn't funny.
Mind you, I don't think the rules of the competition intended people to be sitting right on top of each other.
It doesn't matter, Tom. If the fish was in my area, then the prize is mine.
Did you actually see Compo catch this fish?
No, but he was definitely in his area when he called out.
Parish?
I don't really see how he could have pulled a scam.
Oh, you know Compo. If there's any way of pulling a scam, he'll find one.
Maybe he switched the fish before the competition.
Well, I don't see where or how. I mean, I netted the ruddy thing myself.
Really, whereabouts?
Up near the Widgery Dam overflow.
Is that a good spot, is it?
Well, it is at the right time of day, yes.
So which side of the river did you catch it
Hey,
from? Just gathering a bit of intelligence.
If we
Nothing wrong
can
with
just
that.
get back to the matter at hand.
Sorry, boss, it's just a bit of a competition we've got running.
and to see who can catch the biggest fish.
Well, I could probably give you some information on that. I've been fishing the rivers and lakes around here all my life. But then that wouldn't make for a fair competition, would it? And anyway, I need you to get over to Eleanor Moncrief's. Find out if there's any way at all that Compo could have got his grubby little hands on those fish tags.
Righto.
Yeah, Owen Parish. Put them in the fridge, will you?
I got the tags from Fisheries, like I always do.
Tags, plural.
Oh, we always get several in case something happens to the trout before it's released.
Have you got the unused ones?
Yes, somewhere. They're in here, I think. As you can see, they're all individually numbered.
Oh, and there's a record of them somewhere?
Oh, the department keeps a file so the catch can be verified.
Right, and the only one missing is the one on the competition trout?
As far as I know.
And did you do the tagging yourself?
Oh, no. Senior Sergeant Croydon did it for me. He was keeping the poor creature at his place.
I recorded the number straight away, then I tagged the fish, put it into a tank of river water on my back veranda.
So anyone could have got to it.
They would have had to brave Digger.
Yeah, they would have been licked to death.
So someone could have snuck in and swapped either the fish
But
or the
Compo's
tag.
fish did have the right tag. It's been confirmed by Fisheries.
I might get into the manufacturer, see if there's any way they can be duplicated.
Yeah, you can do that.
So, in the meantime, what are you going to tell Compo?
Ooh, I know what I'd like to tell him, but unfortunately I don't have enough evidence.
So he's won?
For the time being, yes.
Well, Tom?
Compo.
The name's Alan. You'll be seeing a lot more of me until I see that ingot.
Yes, well, as it happens, I've been through the rules and it seems there's no impediment to you receiving the prize. However...
What? You can't do that. He cheated.
I was just coming to that, Mr. Searle. However, in view of the complaint, I'll have to consult with the rest of the committee before I can make it official.
Fair enough. But I'm sure they'll see it the way you do, Tom. Just let me know when I can collect my prize.
Oh, you'll collect something, you mongrel bastard.
Calm down, Mr. Searle. Now, if you've got some evidence to support your claim, let me have it. Otherwise, put a lid on that anger of yours.
Yeah.
No, seriously, Joe. Up in NSA, Pop and I hooked a couple of Aussie bass on American gear, lightweight. Lightweight, 2.5 pounds.
What, combined weight?
No, each.
Oh, come off it.
That's true. Look, we can call Pop.
Yeah, right.
One pie, one ham and cheese sandwich, one chicken salad with no alfalfa, 2 juices and a Coca-Cola, right?
Thanks a lot,
Chris.
Chris.
Oh, boss, don't tell me the committee decided to give Compo the prize.
Yes, he'll get his ingot at tomorrow's presentation.
You know, with all the anglers in town, I thought at least I'd get a couple of days of good business.
Oh, all right, look, I'll buy a beer off him. The place looks pretty full to me.
Yeah, but with the prize gone, they'll all start checking out early, won't they?
Chris, I'm sorry, there's nothing I could do about it. I mean, there was no evidence that he didn't catch the fish, and Bruce Searle couldn't prove that he cheated.
Oh, yeah. Suppose at least Compo's good for the muleys. Alan. Eleanor, your table's ready. I'll just take you through to the dining room.
Yeah, great.
Well, I didn't know you two were friends.
There's no law against it, is there, Tom?
Alan and I have been seeing each other around town for years. I'll have to say, I was a bit flattered when he asked me out for lunch.
Well, don't let me hold you up from your meal.
Right then.
Yeah, by the way, I haven't had a chance to offer my condolences for your Aunt Venetia's passing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, thanks.
You still living up there?
Yeah, just till the end of the month.
Bit rough, being left out of the will after everything you did for her.
Yeah, well, there you go. It's only money, though, isn't it? Can't bring it back, eh? Anyway, we better go and get that table before Chrissy gives it to somebody else. See ya.
Since when have Eleanor Moncrief and Compo Hayes been a night?
Not when. Why?
Another scam.
Eleanor's family's worth a fortune, and Compo's about to be turfed out of house and home. What do you reckon?
If Compo was in Eleanor's house, he could have easily helped himself to one of those tags.
We'll find out who the manufacturer was.
Yeah, and I've spoken to them. They say there's no way they could be duplicated.
So maybe he switched the fish.
Oh, yeah, right. How would we go trying to prove that?
Well, I've been thinking about that. That competition trout, it was from a river, wasn't it?
Yes, I told you.
So it wasn't from a trout farm?
It was a trout loss, and they all look the same.
But if it was a river trout...
It was.
And Compost substituted one from a trout farm, we could tell.
How?
Well, freshwater trout feed on yabbies, and their meat's kind of orangey pink, and trout farm fish are fed on pellets, so their meat's paler.
So where's this fish now?
In the fridge.
Pale meat.
So there's no way that could be the fish I caught.
Does it look the same?
It looks like a trout.
Well, that's why I'd go to a trout farm, because it's dead easy. You just keep throwing them back until you get the one that you want.
Trout farm? I don't know what you're talking about. You saw me catch that fish with your own eyes.
No, I saw you a few seconds afterwards. You could have hooked it and then claimed to have caught it.
That's not how it happened.
Well, how did it happen, Compo? You tell us.
It happened because I'm a top bloody angler, which is what I'll be telling them when I receive my prize at the presentation tomorrow afternoon.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to be recommending to the committee that we postpone the presentation indefinitely until we've completed our investigation.
This is outrageous. When was this travesty of justice decided?
Just now.
God, what's a bloke got to do around here to win something? I caught the bloody tag fish, ergo I won. Simple.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. What sort of copper speak is that? Right. I'm going to the lotteries office about this. You are in breach of your permit. The winner is supposed to get the prize. You refuse to give it. Fraud, I'd call it.
Well, perhaps you'd like to call them now.
I have no intention of making such an important call without the full documentation in front of me. You will be hearing from me, Sergeant.
I'll give you a hint, all right? Your best bet is always a deeper water. So
Always fish towards the outside bend of the river. I know how to fish a riverbank, all right?
Just trying to even things up a bit.
Okay, set Mount Thomas 208.
208 receiving.
Can you attend the boathouse by the river? Report of a possible angberg.
What happened?
What do you reckon? Been clobbered.
Did you see anything?
You wouldn't be sitting here with a mongrel of a headache. The ambo's coming.
Yeah, mate, they're on their way.
Oh, well, there's a mercy. Well, they didn't wreck the presentation case. They're worth a bit, those things.
A bit more than a gold ingot, you reckon? Morning.
Lawson, what the hell do you think you're doing?
Just want to show Joe my catch.
She must have been over the crack of dawn, sunshine.
Yeah, got to Lake Widgery about 6 this morning. You know what they say about the early bird?
Yes, he gets admonished by his boss if he doesn't get on with his work.
Hey, Jack, grab your stuff. Let's have a word with that security guard, eh?
Give it to me. Here, Parrish, put this in the fridge.
So how you feeling now, Garth? Still a bit groggy?
Oh, they filled me with so many painkillers and worse than what I was down the river.
Now, mate, you take us through it at your own pace, okay?
There's nothing much to tell. Got whacked on the head from behind.
Do you usually do a job like this on your own?
I've got the armoured van. Thing weighs less than a brick. Doesn't need more than one.
Still, it's gold.
Did you stay with the goal?
Yeah, of course.
You weren't looking behind your back.
Too right I was. I was looking everywhere. It only takes a second. I must have scuttled round the side of the tent.
Look, I'm just saying he was pretty bloody careless, that's all.
You reckon he hit himself on the head?
Well, no, he would have got a mate to do it.
There is no way that Garth Nugent would have had anything to do with this. He used to be in the job.
Just covering all possibilities.
Yeah, well, Garth is not one of them.
Jack, he'd lose his job. He'd cop a long stretch. For what, 10 grand? I mean, he carries more in that van.
Exactly my point.
Anything?
Nobody saw anything.
No, but look what we found. Oh, God, nasty. Where was it?
In some bushes about 100 metres away.
I'll whiz it off to forensics, eh?
So if it wasn't Garth, who?
Some passerby, maybe, looking for the main chance.
No, I don't buy it.
No, this was premeditated.
Struth, what do I have to do to get you blokes to believe me?
Compo, where were you yesterday afternoon?
I was down here having my life ruined by you blokes.
And after that?
Home?
Have any visitors?
No.
Any phone calls?
I made one to the fair Eleanor, that's all.
What time was that?
I don't know, 3 o'clock, 3:30, I
How
don't
long
remember.
did you speak for?
About 10 minutes. I remember she was going out.
I thought you were going to give the lottery people a call.
Don't worry, I still am. Just got a few things to tidy up first.
Well, maybe you had a better idea.
I don't know what you're talking
Well,
about.
maybe you decided to collect what was rightfully yours.
No, sorry, you've lost me.
Did you assault Garth Nugent and steal the gold ingot?
Me?
Did you?
Course not. What do you take me for?
I take you for a bloke that couldn't lie straight in bed.
I've never belted anyone in my life.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
Yeah, there's the first time and I win something and you try and take it off me because you say I cheated. And now that I stole it. Fair dinkum, you blokes are unbelievable, you know that?
I think he's off the hook.
He's the obvious suspect.
It'd be the first time ever that Compo had used violence.
Because he'd never had to. Look, he thinks he's got a clear beef against the contest organisers.
If he hadn't caught that tag fish, he'd be the last one we'd suspect.
He's got no alibi for the time of the theft.
But the Compo's a bottom feeder, he's not a shark.
Oh, red herring, you think?
Yeah, it's too much of a flake.
He's not burly enough either.
No, there's something fishy about him.
Nevertheless, I think you should be casting your net a bit wider, Peter.
All right, on one condition.
Yeah, what?
No more fishing gags.
Boss, report of a disturbance at Eleanor's. Compo and Bruce Searle have got their hooks into each other.
Come out and fight like a man, will you?
For pity's sake, stop this now, both of you! I can't stand it! You'll hurt each other!
Don't make me hurt you, mate.
All right, break it up, you two. Come on.
Oh, for it now.
Hey, all right, down to the station, both of you.
Got something I've got to do. Flowers for a lovely lady.
So are you saying that Mr. Hayes threw the first punch?
No, I said he started it.
Started it how?
Well, he turns up at Eleanor's with this bunch of flowers and then launches into some pretty outrageous allegations.
Like what?
Oh, I don't know. Just babble. Stuff about the tagged fish, the prize. He even accused me of stealing that gold.
What were you doing at Miss Moncrief's? How come you were there?
Well, I'm in the building trade. I'm working on Eleanor's stumps.
If we could just get back to the fight for the time being. Now, Mr. Hayes was making some outrageous allegations and...
Well, I couldn't let him get away with that sort of garbage.
Even if you didn't understand it.
Even if I didn't understand it, yeah. So I hit him.
So you threw the first punch?
Well, you could put it that way.
It's difficult to put it any other way.
Am I being charged?
My oath I want him charged. All I did was knock on the door. It opens and that brute starts laying into me.
By that brute, I take it you mean Bruce Searle?
Got it in one, Constable. Smart as a gook.
And he hit you for no reason?
Well, I might have said a couple of things, but, you know, when he opened the door, it suddenly all became crystal clear to me. I reckon it's him who stole the ingot.
His motivation being?
Try greed.
All right, if we can just get back to the scuffle. He hits you,
See,
then what?
this is the way I reckon he figures it. He flogs the gold, fences it, uses the money to impress Eleanor, marries her, and bang, her money's his.
I'd still like to see some evidence.
Evidence? It's bloody obvious, Tom.
Not to me, it isn't.
He was after her money.
Oh, and you're not.
No, I'm not. I happen to harbour an affection for the lady. Full stop.
So, I'm prepared to let you both off with a warning, providing there
What?
is...
Let him off. That mongrel hit me. You've got no right to let that...
Shut up. As I was about to say, providing there is no repetition of this incident. Now, do I have your agreement, gentlemen?
Yeah, well, you can do what you like. I want him charged with assault.
Me charged? I want him charged.
OK, charge me. Then I'll have my day in court and show up the bludger you are. Prove you're alive.
All right.
And here's my witness.
Let it be, Alan. It was all a silly mistake. You're a bigger man than this.
He wants to charge me. I want to charge him.
Come on, I'll give you a lift home. Please.
I won't be pressing charges, Tom.
I'm sure we'll all be very grateful.
Powerboat?
We're getting one.
Fantastic. What sort of outboard?
They're smallish, but, you know, big enough to get out there in the middle and haul them in.
Yeah, they're great. And Pop used to have one.
Now, keep it under your hat, though, yeah? I mean, if everybody finds out, they'll all have an opinion.
Sure. Hey, when's this going to happen?
Oh, I'll raise the money. I mean, it doesn't grow on trees.
Sure.
What are you two talking about?
Just talking about a case we should prosecute. Biting, were they?
No. Not even at the Widgery Dam overflow?
Well, I did say you had to be there at the right time of day, didn't I?
I'll get us a drink.
Boss, please.
Can't you just help me a little bit?
I'm sorry, Parish. When two of my members have a bet with each other, I have to remain impartial.
Bruce Searle.
Yeah, Compo reckons he stole the ingot. I think we should take him seriously.
Do you now? Why?
Well, greed, like Compo said. And, well, then there's the run-in at the contest, and then there's the Barney that he had at Eleanor's place. I mean, I don't think it'd hurt to have a look at him.
Mate, I already have. Searle's a clean skin.
Well, we should at least check his alibi. What do you reckon?
Well, I'm buggered if I know why you're asking me. I had nothing to do with that gold disappearing.
Oh, just covering all bases, Mr. Searle.
Compo put you up to this, didn't he? Yeah, I thought so. Now, why would you bother? I mean, the guy's off his rocker, and he's a con artist.
You didn't actually answer the question, Mr. Searle. Can you account for your whereabouts at the time of the robbery?
Well, the fishing comp was stuffed, so I came back here and did some stumping. Oh, here you go. Eleanor, where was I on Sunday at around,
Approximately 2:15.
about 2:15 Sunday?
Here, working on my stumps.
See? Just like I said.
Forensics called. That lump of wood was the assault weapon. That was Garth's blood on it.
Right.
How'd you go with your cold burn?
Well, that's a strange one. It's just too transparent.
How so?
Well, somebody jimmies their way into the depot, steals a bunch of fairly ordinary tools, all of which are clearly marked as council property.
Why?
You tell me.
Rest, Jack.
I'm telling you, Joe, there's something going on between Eleanor Moncrief and Bruce Searle.
Because she bought him scones. My dad's customers bring him scones and cookies all the time. It doesn't mean he's having it off with them.
Just a bit quick.
Cooey? Heard there was a break-in down the council depot. I'd have a bit of a tip for you on that.
I had nothing to do with this.
Well, it doesn't look that way to us, Mr. Searle. They were found in your tool shed.
Yeah, and I'm buggered if I know how they got there.
Got them by themselves, you reckon?
A hypothetical, all right? Let's assume for the moment that I was mug enough to take these tools. Why on earth would I take the ones with big neon signs on them that tell me they're from the council?
That's a good question. Any answer?
Second, I've got all the tools I need. Why would I want to flog these? Might have better anyway.
Well, you answer both your own questions and we'll be on our way.
Anyone could have walked into my shed and put these there.
You don't lock it?
Not when I've got all my tools with me, no.
Tap.
Thanks for the tip, Compo.
No worries, Tom. You find those tools where I said they might be?
Exactly where you said. That's why I asked you to pop in. Just a couple of little details that I'd like to clear up.
Fire away.
How did you come to learn that Bruce Searle had those tools?
Well, no surprises there, Tom. You know how it is in pubs. You know, a mate hears from a mate about something that fell off the back of a truck and...
Simple as that, eh?
Yep. You didn't happen to find anything else while you were down at his place, did you? No nice, shiny gold ingots, for example?
No, as a matter of fact, we didn't. Is that why you were so keen to send us over to Searle's place?
Well,
I'm just letting you know, boss. We've got that warrant.
Careful with that. Aunt Venetia cherished that vase.
I am being careful, Compo.
This is a living end. Got to be a law against it. What are you doing now? It's Jimmy. So what?
So did you use it to jimmy open the door at the council depot last night?
No way. You've already got the bloke who did that.
Combo. Interesting thing to keep in the picky tin.
So what have you got to say for yourself, Compo?
Me? Nothing. I'm too flabbergasted. Speechless.
Well, that's a change.
Yeah, well, I always go this way when I've been framed.
Happens a lot, does it?
This is the first time, actually. Framed. Set up. Hung out to dry. Ergo speechless.
So let me help you out, Compo. I reckon you stole the gold because you thought it was yours.
Bull.
And you did the job at the council depot and you dobbed Searle in.
Quite a fantasy.
And you tipped us off to take the pressure off the fact that you stole the gold.
You know, you should write fiction, PJ. You'd be good at it.
Look at this. Forensic found flecks of paint on that Jemmy bar. Reckons it matches the colour of the depot door.
All right. I did the council depot, but I wasn't stealing, not really.
What would you call it?
More pointing you in the right direction.
We call it stealing.
Yeah, well, you would.
Now, this is a good start, Compo. Now, which
parts of my story actually ring true to you?
None of it. You know, I thought you were the smart one around here, PJ. I've been trying to steer you in the right direction. Searle's the one you want for the gold, not me.
If Searle stole the gold, how do you explain it turning up in your property?
Yeah, well, you've got me there.
What if Compo's right and someone planted the ingot on him?
Searle.
Well, not necessarily, but okay.
Jack, mate,
Searle.
it's good that you're always thinking, but think about it. Searle is not going to steal the gold and then give it away, is he?
I guess it still doesn't gel with me.
So where does that leave us?
The evidence leads us to Compo.
We've got enough of a case, do you think?
We've got a motive and stolen properties found in his house, so short of an eyewitness.
Did you show the ingot to Elena?
Yeah, she says it's the one she bought, and the hallmark and everything match the details on the sales invoice.
Did you get the sales invoice? Excellent. All right, get it over to a jeweller's. I want it appraised.
There'll be a few hours, no point waiting.
You know, it still doesn't sit right with me, Compo stealing that gold.
Really, I hadn't noticed. All right, I hear what you're saying, but the problem you've got is why would anyone give up a $10,000 gold ingot just to set up Compo?
Maybe Compo can come up with a reason why.
He didn't before.
Maybe he wasn't trying hard enough.
And why would I want to talk to you?
Well, it might be in your best interests.
Oh, that's rich. Like it was in my best interest when I landed the tagged fish, or when you charged me for something I didn't do, or when you wouldn't listen
right
to me
now,
when
it's in your best interest to put a clamp on it, Compo. All right. Let's say someone planted the ingot on you. Who'd do it?
Ah, so you're finally starting to believe my story,
Just answer
are
the
you?
question.
I already did down at the station. It was Searle who planted it. It's obvious.
Well, why would he want to do that?
Well, maybe he's a bit miffed about the developing romance between me and Eleanor. What's so funny? That Searle had framed me, or that me and Eleanor are romantically involved?
Look, let's just leave Searle out of it for a second. Did you notice any sign of a break-in?
No. Can't honestly say I did.
Sorry, I couldn't find any sign of one either.
Okay, so if the ingot was planted on you and there's no sign of a break-in, how did it get in here?
Aunt Venetia always left a spare key in the fuse box.
Joe, it's Gerald the jeweller for you, line 1.
Hey, where's the boss?
He ducked out for a bit. Personal business, he said. He'll be back soon.
Don't yell at us, but we dropped in on Compo's aunt's place.
Oh, what for?
I'll get someone.
Turns out somebody could have planted the ingot on him. His Aunt Venetia kept a key in the fuse box.
Guys, you're not going to believe this. He's done his appraisal of the gold ingot, and according to him, it's a fake.
Don't be silly, it couldn't be.
It's actually a zinc ingot, coated with just enough gold to make it appear genuine.
But I got it from my usual dealer.
Could the gold have been swapped at any stage?
Swapped?
Well, was it never out of your sight after you collected it?
Certainly not. I came straight home from the dealer and stayed there until it was picked up.
Oh, was Mr. Searle around while it was in your possession?
Bruce? Oh, yes, of course he was. He was working here. Oh, you don't think he...
Miss Moncrief, who did pick it up?
Well, Tom Croydon.
Let's see. Tom brought it here. He'd picked it up from Eleanor's on the way, and we both put it in the safe together.
And then the next morning you handed it over to the security guard.
No, Tom came in to handle all of that, and then it went into the presentation case for the launch lottery and the start of the main comp.
How'd you guys go?
Oh, great. Jack solved the whole thing. It was the boss.
Beg yours?
Yeah, it was him. He got the ingot off Eleanor, swapped it for the fake, and made off with the real one himself.
Of course. And then he goes and bashes Garth and he hides the gold at Compo's place. Why didn't I see that?
Yeah, but seriously, we're talking about opportunity. You've got Bruce Searle, Garth Nugent, Eleanor, Compo, even Chris. Any one of them could have swapped it before it went into the presentation case.
If it was swapped before the robbery.
Why would anyone do it afterwards?
To frame Compo.
Seems like an awful lot of trouble to go to, doesn't it?
You're the thief, right? You've got the gold. Wouldn't you just hide it and wait till everything blew over?
So what do we got? 2 crimes. First, someone pinches the ingot and replaces it with fake. Then Compo comes along and knocks off that.
You're back to Compo Hayes hitting a security guard over the head.
Well, it's just pretty hard to see what else fits, Stretch.
Afternoon, all.
Boss, we've got some news. A word?
Chris is right. She and I were the only ones to handle the ingot after I picked it up from Eleanor and before we gave it to Garth Nugent on Saturday.
And when you took it out of the safe on Saturday?
It hadn't been tampered with. It looked exactly the same as it had the day before.
Yeah, that matches Chris's description of it.
Yeah, it's weird, all right? Still, it's got to have been switched somewhere.
Well, if I can think of anything else, I'll let you know.
Yeah. Thanks, boss.
Oh, Lawson. I did it. Couldn't resist the temptation.
You bought one?
Yeah.
Good one. Thought you couldn't afford one yet.
Well, strictly speaking, I can't. But I've had a few dollars squirreled away in a hollow log for a rainy day. I thought it might never rain. Might as well enjoy it.
Makes sense. It's not too rude a question. How much did it set you back?
Well, with the accessories, the trailer and everything, just under 10,000.
So are you sure the original dealer didn't do the swap?
No, this guy is totally legit. He had all the necessary documentation and certification.
Right, so the time we know that the gold was genuine was when it was with him, right? So the switch must have happened at Eleanor's or after it left her.
Oh, I can't see a motivation for her. It's not as if she's short of a bob or two.
Maybe. I think I should check. I'll get on to a few traders and I'll get a 465 to check her bank record.
You reckon the thief would have sold it already?
Well, it's possible.
Well, then maybe we're looking for someone who's showing ostentatious signs of wealth.
What is it, Lawson?
Well...
Get on with it.
Powerboat.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Well,
you see...
If you want to come out this weekend, that's fine. I knew you'd want to give it a try.
This weekend? I'm a bit busy this weekend.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Well, if you can't make it this weekend, maybe next.
Next weekend?
Look, you just let me know when you're free, all right?
Yeah, sure, boss. No worries.
Oh, Jack, I was hoping you'd come home soon. Can you give me a hand getting Eleanor into a cab?
Eleanor Moncrief?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, no worries. Time to go home, Miss Moncrief?
Home, home, home on the range.
How much has she had to drink?
Just a few. Maybe she's not used to alcohol.
Doesn't look like it. Come on, Miss Moncrief, time to get you
I won't do it no more. I'm not a loose woman. Don't you think I am?
Miss Moncrief, it's Jack Lawson. I'm a policeman. Let's get you home.
Policeman? That's what I need. A policeman. Lock me away.
Is that right? Very interesting. Thanks for that.
I'm telling you, it's true. Drunk and rambling.
Drunk, rambling, and broke.
You're kidding?
No.
The father left her a fortune.
If she had a fortune, it's not in her bank.
Is this Eleanor Moncrief you're talking about? Yeah. Well, I just speak to a couple of the traders. A few have stopped giving her credit.
Why would you keep sponsoring the fishing competition if you didn't have any money?
Family pride?
And what's happened to the money?
Beats me. Plenty of ways to lose a fortune.
Maybe that's what's getting to her.
Getting to her?
Oh, yeah, I had to take her home from the pub last night. She was drunk as a skunk.
Yeah, losing your inheritance will do that to you.
No, I don't think that's it. She was going on about not being a loose woman.
Do we have to hear about your private life?
No, seriously, I think there might be some man involved.
Compo.
No, Jack thinks Eleanor and Brucelle are having an affair.
It's going from the sublime to the ridiculous. Is there any evidence of that?
No, not really, but it's a vibe.
Well, mate, you may have the vibe, but Compo's got the inclination. We should have another chat with you.
Yeah, I'll join you.
No, we've got the wrong boyfriend. Packing up, eh?
Seems that way, doesn't it?
Bit late for European wasps, wouldn't you say?
Hey?
It's Derristus.
Yeah, well, there's still a few around.
So how come you're leaving? Would have thought you'd still be re-stumping the house.
Yeah, well, you might say there's been a fallout between me and the customer. Pass that bucket, would you?
Poor. That double as your fishing bucket.
Yeah, I'll wash it, but you never seem to get rid of the smell. Look, if you don't mind, I'd like to get going.
Yeah, sure. Is Miss Moncrief at home?
Yeah, she's in there. But I'd knock on the door quietly if I was you.
If they were an item, Searle would be in a perfect position to rig that competition.
Yes, but I still don't understand how.
All right, that fish you gave to Compo to release, did you check the number on the tag?
No, because I'd already noted it down the previous day.
How many tags did Eleanor have left?
4.
And 1 on the fish, making 5.
Yep.
Well, it'd be interesting to know how many fisheries issued to Eleanor.
I could ring and find out.
And boss, that tank of water that you kept the trout in, that's still in your backyard?
Yes.
All right, can I get a sample of that water?
Yeah, help yourself, but would you mind telling me what this is all about?
I think I know how Searle did it.
Broke? Eleanor? Are you sure?
Makes a difference, does it?
No. Since you asked, none at all.
Sorry to interrupt, PJ.
What is it, Jacko?
Sorry to interrupt. I was just wondering if I could ask Compo a question.
Hey, we're busy.
I know. Compo, on the day of the competition, do you remember if Bruce Searle had a bucket?
Yeah, everyone has a bucket for their catches, so what?
So he did have one?
I just said that.
Did you see what was in it?
Nah. Anyway, he spilt it.
When was this?
Well, we were having some discussions about our designated areas, and Searle lost his temper and rushed at me and accidentally kicked his bucket over.
Thanks, Compo.
Fisheries definitely issued Eleanor with 6 tags.
So, one of them was on Compo's fish.
And she gave 4 to Joe.
One's missing.
Well, my guess is it's on the real competition trout.
Yeah, but where's that?
Thought so. Thank you. You want to know where the real trout is? Floating belly up in the river somewhere.
What?
You heard me. Did you poison the competition trout?
No.
You keep Derris dust, don't you?
You know I do, to get rid of wasps.
And it can also be used to poison fish.
Really? I didn't know.
Can you explain why traces of Derris dust were found in Senior Sergeant Croydon's tank?
I wouldn't know anything about that.
I'd put it to you that you put Derris dust in his tank, causing the competition trout to die shortly after its release.
Then how come Compo Hayes caught it?
He didn't. He caught the substitute fish.
Crap. It was identified by its tag.
It should switch when you poison the fish, the original one.
All right, all right. If I'm so bloody smart, how come I didn't win the competition myself?
You were supposed to, but it went wrong. You had the substitute fish in the bucket, which you'd kicked in the water when you had that fight with Compo. And the little fishy was swimming up the river thinking it was going to safety, but it ended up on Compo's hook.
Well, you're entitled to your opinion.
Bruce, did you steal the gold?
No.
Well, I put it to you that you stole the gold to prevent it being awarded to Compo Hayes.
I told you I was at Eleanor's.
Eleanor. And she'll back you up on that, will she?
Oh, she did before.
But that was before she realised you double-crossed her.
Bruce, he was doing my re-stumping, that's all.
Searle told us himself that you'd had a falling out. Now, what was it about?
It was about money, the price he quoted.
I think it was more personal than that.
Why did you go off on a bender last night, Eleanor?
Oh, well, everyone's got to once in their life.
Yes, but usually it's for a reason.
Was it because you felt betrayed by someone? Bruce Searle, perhaps? Scamming the fishing competition, it was his idea, wasn't it?
No.
You didn't want the town knowing you were broke, so Searle came up with a way that you could continue to sponsor the competition, but get the gold back afterwards.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
The idea was that he'd win the competition, return the gold to you, but as you later found out, he was planning on keeping that for himself.
Please stop.
He sold you out, didn't he?
I can't believe I could have been so stupid. But you've got to understand. Nobody had ever made me feel that way before.
It was a vicious attack, Eleanor. That security guard is still in hospital, and you're responsible.
Eleanor Moncrief, you'll be charged with robbery, conspiracy, and obtaining property by deception.
Can we help you?
Eleanor's neighbours told me you had her down here. What's going on?
I don't think you want to know about that.
Yes, I do. Tell me.
We've been talking to Ms. Moncrief in relation to the theft of the gold ingot.
What?
We'll be laying charges. I'm sorry.
Oh, come to gloat, have you?
What's he doing here?
He's being charged with fraud and aggravated burglary.
I'll get bail, won't I?
That's up to the bail justice in St David's. Coming, Constable?
Bruce,
Oh, couldn't keep your trap shut, could you?
I'm sorry. If there's anything I can do, then...
Yeah. Stay out of my sight, you stupid bitch.
So you planted the ingot at Compo's?
I was hoping to put you off Bruce's scent. I'm so ashamed of many things. But dear Alan, you were so sweet paying court like you did.
So he had nothing to do with any of this?
Just an innocent, caught up in a selfish conspiracy.
Excuse me, boss. Right where Searle said it would be. Tied to a rock in the river.
So what happens to it now?
And strictly speaking, nobody caught the real tagged fish.
That's not fair. Alan should have it. He was the winner.
No, I wouldn't take it. For me, this has never been about money. Now, do you need Eleanor anymore?
No, that's all right. She's free to go.
Come on, then. Let's get you home.
You believe that? Yeah, I do, funnily enough.
Bloody compo.
Oh, boss. Is that office still open?
Beg yours?
You know, the one about going fishing on the new boat this weekend.
Oh, no. Well, you didn't seem very interested, so I've offered for somebody else.
Thanks, Chris. Oh, there you go. Jug's on the way.
Hey. Hey, where's the boss?
I don't know. He and Jug left work together. They're acting a bit strange, I thought.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joanna Parrish. Look at this.
Round of applause for the winner.
How?
The boss took me out in his new boat. It is awesome.
New boat? Since when?
I picked it up this afternoon.
Can I come out now?
No, well, you'll all get your turn.
I fear I get seasick.
Sorry, this is against the rules of our little competition, Joe.
The rules didn't say anything about not fishing from the bank.
Boss, you promised you wouldn't give either of us
I
any
did it.
tips.
I didn't. Parrish led the way, I just steered the boat, and I have to say, she is not a bad angler.
That's right. So when's my dinner?
All right. Tomorrow night? Mm-hmm. On one condition.
And what's that?
You don't order the fish.
Our Rotary Club's organisation of this event. And I'd like to thank the Mount Thomas Shire Council, particularly one of our sponsors, Chris Riley of the Imperial Hotel. And also, Eleanor Moncrief, who is following a family tradition begun by her grandfather and has donated a gold ingot worth $10,000 for first prize in this tagged fish competition. Now, so without any further ado, I'd like to call on Eleanor Moncrief.
Thank you, Tom. I'm very pleased to be associated with this competition again this year. Everything's ready to go. The tagged fish was released yesterday by the lucky winner of the launch lottery, Mr. Alan Hayes.
Under my supervision, so that'll be enough of that, thank you.
All competitors have their designated fishing areas, so there's nothing left for me to say except I declare this year's Rotary fishing competition open.
It's great to have your support again.
I wouldn't miss it for the world. Although I must say, I always feel I should break a bottle of champagne over something.
Just keep an eye on things, you two, will you?
Anyone in particular you'd like us to keep an eye on, boss?
Who do you think? Rotary have spent a lot of time and effort on this competition. I don't want Compo scamming it.
Good for the soul. That's what my papa always used to say about fishing.
Is that right?
Yeah. He also taught me the secret of baiting a good hook. Now, with baiting a good hook, it's
I know
all
how
about
to bait a hook, all right?
Yeah?
I have fished with Dad.
Oh, look, I'm not talking about fishing off the end of the Frankston Pier with your old man. I'm talking about trout fishing. Now, the secret with trout fishing is the casting.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah, that type of thing.
Dad and I were out there almost every weekend. Trout, redfin, you name them.
Yeah, whereabouts?
Oh, Campaspe mainly. Sometimes for a treat we go camping along the Halkwa.
Oh, good for beginners, yeah. But if you're very serious, you'll go up the Tambo.
Oh, yeah? Bet I caught a bigger fish than you have.
In your dreams, Parrish.
I can see I'm going to have to teach you a lesson.
If anyone's learning a lesson around here, it'll be you.
I'll tell you what. If I can't catch a bigger fish than you can by the end of next weekend, I'll take you to dinner at the Copper Pot.
And if you happen to catch that fish, dinner's on me.
Deal.
I've got it! I've caught it! I've won! Yes! Get off me, you bogle! That's my fish! Give it to me! No way, sport!
Right. Break it up.
Let him go. Let him go, Mr.
Searle.
What's your name?
Bruce Searle. This mongrel stole my fish.
I did not. Now, on your bike, sport. See, Constable? There's the tag. I've won the competition fair and square. Yeah. That appears to be the tagged fish.
Told you. So when do I get my prize?
Never if I have anything to do with it. I've been ripped off. That's my fish.
How do you work that out?
He pinched it. I had it on my line and it got away when I tried to net it.
Well, if you didn't actually land it, then it's not really yours. I'm sorry, Mr. Servant.
Oh, come on, Sergeant. You don't think it's a little bit sus that this guy wins the lottery, gets to release a fish, and then catches it a day later?
Yes, it's very odd, but not impossible.
He cheated. That fish was caught in my area. He crossed the line and caught it from me. That prize should be mine.
It should not. I caught it in my area. You're just a bad sport.
I'll give you back
All
sport.
right,
Get him
I've
off
had
me.
enough of this. We're going to go to where the fish was caught and sort this out.
I think that's a very good idea.